Hey guys, we're live. Let's see if I can get the link out there for everybody. Let's see. Yes. You guys copy. Come on. Trying to get the link out. Paste. Let's see. Hey Pete. Oh, come on. It's going to give me havoc today. All right, there's the link. Let's see if we can get some people in the basement. I'll be back in a minute. I'm just trying to clear up the shop here. We got a big mess. We've been fixing all kinds of stuff, and the shop is a freaking mess. It puts you over this way. Hopefully you can see. Oh, somebody's here. Who's in the basement? Let's see. We got.
Somebody's here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just trying to get organized. I got so much going on.
Yeah.
I have no customers this week, and all of a sudden a lady calls me up. My mower won't start.
Yeah.
I would have one week or one day with nothing to fix.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going on, Hank? I ordered those cables, so hopefully I'll have them tomorrow.
No, wow. Yeah. I went to the Cheshire Nursery, and $29.95 for the grass that you wanted in a little pot. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It ain't cheap. Japanese forest grass, really expensive stuff. Yep.
I couldn't believe the price, and all the prices are high.
Oh yeah, they had anything like a gallon or bigger pot was like $40-$50. I was like, whoa, that's crazy.
Why? The question is, why are prices so high in agriculture?
Yeah.
There's no reason for those prices to be like that.
Yeah. Wayne had texted me if I was going on, so I don't know if he gets a link subscribe, if he sees the link or what.
Let me see if he's there. Wait. No, I don't see Wayne on here.
I usually email people, but today's been one of those days where I haven't had a chance to do anything.
Yeah.
Just trying to clean up my bench so I can get something done. I can't even see my bench. I got the next week off, so that'll be nice. Get some stuff done.
Yeah. Maybe you can spend time cleaning your bench.
Well, stuff to do around the house. A lot of stuff to do.
Yeah.
Always something to do around the house. But the problem is I end up taking my vacation to work on the house, which sort of sucks. Yeah. Should be taking it. We haven't had a vacation in, oh God, 11 years.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Weird weather. It rains for about an hour today.
Yeah, it just stopped raining here.
Yeah, about an hour. Let's see. Anybody know what this part is?
No. Looks like another gauge, but
yeah, I know, it's weird. I found it laying in one of my drawers. I don't know what it's for. Who knows? Nobody yet. Let me see. Let me put the link on the WhatsApp. I know some of the guys watch the WhatsApp. Let me see.
Wayne's not on the WhatsApp.
Was that?
Wayne
No.
isn't on.
I thought he was, but I don't think he uses it. Let's see. That one. Let's see. I'll put it on both WhatsApps. Oh, someone else is in the back. Who's in the back? Nope.
No,
Nope.
that was you ringing. That was my phone ringing. Oh.
Hello?
Klaus, is it raining over there?
No, not yet.
Oh, will be.
Yeah, I know. It's good. We like it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So what's Kenny doing? It's all black.
What's that? Oh, what happened?
Oh yeah,
He's in the dark room.
yeah, you're in the dark room. All righty. Now let's see here. I don't have a pop-out chat now. Let's see. I only got one computer here. So how do I do that? Hold on. Let's not screw this up. There we go. Off with that one. Let's see. Why do we have that? Pop out. We got pop out chat. There we go. And we can let.
What Klaus do? Pop himself right out?
I was hoping Stella would come up so she could.
Yeah.
With the
I think Klaus popped himself right out.
Hey, yeah, I did. Sorry about that.
Bruce is in. Bruce is. I am in the basement, Bruce says.
Is it? I don't see anybody.
Let's see.
There's nobody in the
Right.
basement. Unless he's on an old chat or something.
Yeah, must be.
Because right
Let
now.
me copy your chat and link. Oops.
Oh, hold on. Somebody's in there.
Bill, Mark, Dick Small Engines, John, DNR. Hello. Hey, Bruce.
Hello there.
Brucey.
I got too much glare.
No, it's your natural halo.
Yeah, my forehead. Oh, that one's on too.
Right. Now, I cannot see how many people are on. I only have the pop-out chat.
There's 22 watching right now.
Oh, righty. Let me just go get a drink. I'll be right back.
Get one for me too, will you?
Yes, sir.
There we go.
Brucey, how's the garden going?
Oh, it's finally we're getting some warmth, like warmer than 50. Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. I see Erica is planting her potatoes.
Oh, I got my YouTube on. Just hang on. That's what's causing the issue. Hang on. There we go.
Yeah, we got a nice sunny day today. Beautiful.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Well, we got our nasturtiums here, Brucey. These are going good.
Mine are only a only got about 14 of them, and they're only an inch
Yeah.
high.
These are everything this year was seed. So we got the nasturtium from seed. We got
Break
these
that.
daisies from seed.
Nice.
We've got, let's see, all my terrariums here growing. Then I've got, these are all marigolds from seed.
Well, fine.
Nice.
All the mums, the different mums. And Hank, what did you say these were?
Lilies.
Lilies. We got the lilies. I transplanted some of the vinca. That's going. Did some weeding this morning. I deadheaded my daisies, so they'll come back. And grass is growing. Everything's going good.
Right on.
But it's chilly, but it's sunny, bright sunny, but chilly today.
It is chilly. You guys would call it about we're at 55 right now.
Yeah, we're probably 52.
But now that we're not approaching freezing every night, my grass has just gone crazy because it's been damp and cool.
Oh, we're 58 too. 58.
I got 59 here.
Yeah.
I just fixed a kid's power mower. He's a diesel mechanic and he doesn't know anything about lawn mowers.
I know. I have those too.
That's
I don't know
common.
what it is about lawn equipment or
People are afraid of it.
Mechanics don't know what that is. It's weird.
I know. And this is first year mechanics. Doesn't matter if it's diesels or whatever it is. You got a float in a carburetor and it emulsions the gas and fires it into the cylinder and boom.
Yeah.
Good.
I think what throws a lot off is that it's a governed engine. That throws a lot of people off.
Yeah, and this one did too. And the power
I had to explain to a mechanic that his throttle lever is not connected directly to his carburetor. He didn't get that. But I mean, I can understand why on a car. It's
some guys delete them and then they just use the throttle lever right to the gas pedal.
It doesn't have 6 cylinders or more. Forget about it.
Forget about it. What's up?
Thanks, John, for video today. Thank you.
I gotta turn you guys down a little bit. You guys are pretty loud here. Oh, sure. My wife's gonna sell a mower. Should she?
Oh yeah. I mean, you're the only YouTube I know that's got a sales and purchase department.
I know, it's wonderful. All I gotta do is fix them.
Yep.
This year, lots of carbs. Lots of carbs this year.
Yeah.
Park nest. Hey.
Yeah.
Hey, Park Nest, yeah. No, what else we got? John Rowe, yeah. Thank you.
I gotta do a pop out, guys.
Yeah.
So I can be like my friend Klaus.
Well, so something really nice happened this week. I got the shop wired for internet.
Oh, you got that done, did you?
Huh?
You got that done, huh?
I did. Yeah, I did finally. So yeah, I can now run anything over here that I can run in the house, which is really nice, and it runs really good. And the nice thing is that Anita doesn't have to listen to me yakking away on Saturday nights, which is you know how it is. Listening to somebody talking on the phone is highly annoying, right? Because you only hear 50% of the conversation.
Yeah, you can't get into conversation.
No. So that's good. And I can be out here, which is nice too. You know, I wish I cleaned up better, but
she's gonna cut the front lawn. No way.
I'd be talking to you guys.
I wanted to trim first.
What was that, Hank?
I
I didn't get that, Hank.
I'll be right back.
A lot of times I'd be talking to you guys, and the wife would think I'm talking to her. She'll go, huh? What did you say?
Yep. What's Kenny doing?
Try to clean.
He started his vacation cleaning.
Oh. Did you get yourself a plan for your vacation?
There's tons of stuff to do on the house. I just had customers start calling me now. It's like, I don't want
They do that.
But simple, my mower doesn't start. That's quick money,
So Trudy's cutting the lawn with a self-propel, and she doesn't use them that often, and she's having a hard time because she never lets the tires stop turning.
I don't know. Maybe this is.
I have a landscaper as well.
Ooh, yeah. Wow. Landscaping department, purchase and sales. Ooh. Maybe this year for me will be the year of MTD. This is my third MTD tractor came in today.
Oh.
Yeah, I hate working on those.
Yeah. You learn to hate everything after a while.
You do, yeah. No, the thing is with MTDs here, the ones where the small, what do you call that? The basic
Look at my
model,
benches, you guys. Ugh.
they have that engage function that they don't have a tensioner pulley on the belt for the deck. It tensions when it's lowered, and I've never had good luck using aftermarket belts on those. I have to get OEM belts. And Stanley Black & Decker, where we get MTD parts, they're not the fastest of companies here. They're really not.
Oh, she's funny to watch.
Hi, Al.
She's almost running behind that lawnmower because she won't let the drive stop. I should take a video of that.
If you do, you may be the one taking over the lawn mowing for a while.
Yeah, well, I do the one. I use the tractor, but she uses all of the push mowers. That's a deal, eh?
Yeah.
Kenny's working in the dark again.
Yeah. Feed him mushrooms.
Kenny, you're in the dark.
Okay, I better clean up, and I'm gonna go cut some grass. I'll let this cook for a while. I'll just let it run.
Kenny.
Yeah.
Mr. Mow-It-All, where are you?
Kenny, wake up. It's time for your nap.
So
Here's a nice little package, eh?
Ooh.
Getting ready for this year, huh?
Yeah.
I wish I could contain myself to one box. I have two cabinets.
I don't have enough rollover in business to take more than 10 at a time.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't have more than 10 at a time, but I have 10 of everything.
What's going on, Ken? I can't hear you.
We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Hello.
Oh.
We're as deaf as you, Ken.
Can I show you guys something? I don't know if you can see it. Yes, you can. That is the front of a
Holy moly.
quantum
Holy moly.
shroud.
What happened to
The
it?
hell did he do to that, eh?
Yeah.
I have no idea. And then it was on there, held on with huge round washers because everything's stripped out.
Wow.
Nutty, eh?
Yep. And
Bill Clements got a question. He says he's got a screeching sound coming out of the recoil from a newer Briggs lawnmower, push mower.
That sounds different, eh?
That is, Bill, maybe something is stuck in there because normally the dogs would disengage the cup once the engine starts running. So a screeching sound, and even if it would catch, it would probably break the recoil. So, I mean, unless maybe the whole housing is touching something.
Could be the top main bearing, maybe too.
How about the brake? The brake, maybe.
Oh, the brake. It's relaxed and scraping.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. Yep, that could be it. Or if you have one of the baffles incorrectly there, it can touch the flywheel, making a. I don't know. Have you had the part, Bill? We'll see.
So this was that carburetor. Oh, I need some light, eh? This was the bowl.
Ah, crusty.
Yeah. A mechanic's lawnmower.
Yeah. Yep. I think this year is going to be the year of carburetors. I already replaced 3, and the season has just kicked off. So,
Yeah.
but we've had a drought period for about almost a month, so that has sort of slowed things down. It's weird, you know.
So we're having a normal Red Deer spring for the first time in about 6 years.
Okay.
And so we are just off the mountains, right? So the clouds pile up on the other side of the mountains, and then the moisture comes over in the afternoon. And about 5 o'clock, we get thunder showers every day. And that's exactly how it used to be for hundreds of years. So now we're back. It's nice.
Yeah.
Oh, how did you do, Mrs. Pender? Is the bag full already?
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Let me know if you have trouble with the bag.
Careful, Bruce. You may be mowing soon.
I think I'll be going real soon.
Hi, Dee. Yeah, Al. Ours is gonna. I think ours is gonna end tonight or early tomorrow morning. They say tomorrow it's gonna be raining all day, so which is a good thing because my lawn is on the tip of turning yellow. Yep.
From moisture?
No, from drought.
Drought.
Okay.
So it's well, we haven't had any significant rain for over a month. So it's getting close, and I know the farmers they're I think they're biting their nails because they put everything in the ground a month ago and it hasn't received water since.
Same here. Imagine
There
having
you go.
$500,000 worth of crop out there, and every day you're looking at the sky.
Yep. There you go, Hank. That's what we need. Thank you for sending it over.
I don't think this bowl is worth saving.
You guys will be getting it.
Oh, that's good. We need it.
Nice and cold. Nice and cold rain too.
Yeah. How warm is it going to be? They say.
For you guys?
Yeah.
I don't know.
They say tomorrow. Oh yeah, it is going to be cold. It's going to be in 10, 11, 12 degrees C. That's not a lot. But I guess it's no more shorts tomorrow.
No.
Today's been nice though. I finished after I dug the cable in from the house over to the shop. All that scarring, and it crossed my driveway and ran along the driveway and came into the shop. And my driveway is covered with granite gravel. So the last 2 days I've been moving 2.5 metric tons of gravel around. I even broke a shovel. So yeah. So that's been good. But everything looks nice now. All we need now, when you put out granite gravel, how it's dusty, you can't tell its color until it rains and it's
wet. Yeah.
So
you broke have you ever heard a shovel being called a goon spoon?
Yeah. But our shovels over here, I think they look a little different than yours. I mean, this is a regular shovel.
No, we use most of the time.
We have the little T here.
Yeah.
And this little T came loose. That's what broke. So I epoxied it in, and I think it's.
Why do you need that T?
That's easy. You shovel and you want to flip it.
Yeah, or even pulling it back.
Pulling it back. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so easy. That's a good shovel.
Yeah.
Uh,
Never seen one with a T on it.
I actually talked to a guy. What was that? Mid this week. His dad has he immigrated to Peru to start a farm. They're farmers, and I don't know what they're farming, wheat or something. And he just placed an order with the company I was at, and then it was 15 shovels. Because he said they only have these dang American shovels. You can't use them for anything. Because when you're used to having that T to tilt it, when you get a shovel that doesn't have it, you what?
Well, I don't know. Ours, we just hold the end of it and twist our.
I know, but when
But
you're
everybody should have a roofing shovel in their shed too, with a flat nose.
yeah, well, what we call over here, it's called a spade. Yeah, I got a spade, but
Well, I got a spade with the little piece welded on the bottom, the back of it. It's like a little hump. So when you put it underneath the shingles, you press down and it'll pop out the nails. You know?
I can't get to it. There's too much crap down there. So. But so he ordered 15 shovels for his new farm because he couldn't deal with
my shovel. It's only 4 inches wide. Yeah, and it's got a weird angle in it just to do trenching, you know, along the edge of my property. Let me show you. And then I could put the wood chips in there, so you know the grass doesn't grow in there, you know.
Yeah. But also, I've seen a lot of your shovels; they are pointy at the blade.
We have them too. Yeah,
which is good at digging in the ground. But this shovel here is straight, so it's good at scraping off the ground and moving stuff.
Yeah, I did the whole property line.
Nice.
Where the red.
Yeah. Oh, you mean like for edging?
Yeah, for edging. Yeah.
Yeah.
4-inch shovel. Just you scoop out all that stuff, that topsoil, and topsoil I screened.
I think I have. Maybe I don't know. Oh, yeah, it is. For doing edging on lawns, I have this tool here.
Whoa.
You step on this and it cuts.
Mine's got a round end.
Yeah. But and this one every year I'll just grind it sharp, and it just cuts, and then you can take off whatever you know. Yeah. So it's a nice little tool, but.
Oh yeah, that's different. We have what they call ice picks that look like that, but they're round. You know.
Yeah. But you can get these in a round type too.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this one is easier to go in straight lines because you sort of walk it.
Yeah.
So it's nice.
Well, 'tis the season, you know, spring. You got to do all the edging, everything, you know. Yeah. Let's see. The T is easier to lean on than a straight. See what Al put down there? It's easier to lean on than a straight end shovel.
Yeah, it is. You're right, Al. Yeah. If you're a city worker, you really need that.
There you go.
No, sorry. If there's any city workers out there, sorry about that. I will say the ones we have here, they don't do that. They work for their money. Hey, Pete,
we got 10 guys, and out of the 10, 8 of them are leaning. The other 2 are working.
Yeah. They used to do that here. They don't do that anymore. They really don't.
Hey, Pete, how you doing? Where you been?
Cup holder. Yeah.
Yeah, haven't seen Pete in a long time.
No.
Everybody's busy.
Yeah.
Bill says his comes with a cup holder.
I mean, over here they sell push mowers with dual cup holders. I have never heard anything so stupid. I mean, you can try using it. I'm not sure you're going to get much of a drink out of it.
No. Oh well.
Bouncing around.
PGMF, how you doing?
Oh yeah. Whoa. That sounded like a high quality air nozzle.
Probably from Denmark.
Yeah, it could be, you know. Only lucky people have those.
That's
Hey,
right.
yeah. It's awful quiet over there, Ken.
Yeah.
Come on, get a
Almost
mower.
like a shop bag. One little carburetor and every bench was full of tools.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
And that's what Ken's trying to clean up.
Oh,
And working on a carburetor, like you said, all these tools pile up.
yeah, everything from the fuel line pliers to the little T handles, because I tried to get the emulsion tube out while it was still on the engine. I tried that first. Couldn't get it. It
Yeah.
was frozen in by goo.
Well, Mick just had a nice video about how to take the emulsion tube out.
Hmm.
Yeah.
You could put it in a vise, or you could put it back where it belongs, on the engine, and use the Allen wrench to pop out the emulsion tube.
So that, you saw that quantum shroud that was all chewed up and ripped. I got to put a full set of 4 tires on that lawnmower, a new blade. The carburetor hasn't got the rubber seal to the intake tube, the plastic intake tube that goes over top of the engine. Like, if you bought all that new, you'd never fix that lawnmower, but it's got a good engine on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had 2 perfect.
Bruce, how did it come to look like that? Has it been loose or
You know what? I honestly don't know, but he sure abused it, didn't he?
yeah. But it looked almost like vibration cracks,
Yeah, but then he had.
Bill wants to know if Harbor Freight carries the Denmark air nozzles. He wants one.
They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't.
So this is what he had to cover that.
Yeah.
The vibration and the cracks.
Yeah, and that's a good idea, but
He's not a stupid man. He just tried to keep it alive, I guess.
Yeah. But I mean,
people are pretty ingenuitive, right? And those are nice washers for me.
oh man, I've seen governor controls performed with duct tape. So
Yeah.
There, I'm gonna clean my bench as
hi,
well.
Paul.
How you doing, Paul?
I got 3 outlets in the garage. Oh, it's not gonna work.
Boy, I feel terrible, man. Everybody's in their workspace, and here I am in my chair.
That's okay, Hank. Just because you're in a workspace doesn't mean you're doing anything.
I don't know if you guys can see the water in that.
The heck is that? Coffee?
No, it's water, gas out of that lawnmower.
Well,
You can see the water in there.
Yucky. Yucky.
yeah,
The
water is what?
the funnel's not that good, but you can see the water in there.
Yeah,
there.
but what else is in there? Look at it.
Oh, crud.
Yeah.
Bugs.
Oh boy. That's like the bottom of the barrel of the can,
Yeah, I didn't put that carburetor back on. I might put it in the emulsion, in the what do you call it? The cleaner.
Let me just. Bill was asking about the air nozzles. Bill, you're out of the U.S., right? So there's a. When I go onto their webpage, they have distributor names on there. There's a company in the U.S. called RBL Products, and their website is rblproducts.com. They're supposed to have these air nozzles. So let me try that.
So nobody's got any questions on how to start anything, how to fix something?
I have a question. How long do you think it'll take me to go in the house, get a beer without getting stopped by Anita?
You
guys time me, okay? I'll be right back.
Be careful.
Yeah.
Yeah. 2:41.
12:41
for you. Yeah.
I wanted to show you guys my grass, but this is the same computer that crashes every time when I unplugged it in Mexico.
Oh yeah, I thought you got a new computer.
No. I had this one fixed a couple of years ago. But that's how long we've been doing this, I guess. Eh?
Yeah. Yeah, I thought, for some reason, something told me that you bought a new computer or a laptop, anyways.
No. Oh, phone. A new phone. And I use my phone for filming.
Yeah.
That took a while to learn.
What'd you get for a phone?
It's a Samsung S35, something like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
And see now, what's his name? Trump is saying that if the phone isn't made here in the United States, there's going to be a 25% tariff.
But it would still be cheaper to make it in China than it would be to make it in the States anyway.
Yeah. Well, they want to move to India.
Yeah.
1 minute, Klaus. That was 1 minute.
Thank you. I was hoping so much that Wayne would be here tonight.
Yeah, where is he?
I don't know, but the thing is, have you guys heard about a game called ice hockey?
No.
Because apparently
the Oilers are going to play tonight, eh?
Apparently, in the World Cup or World Series, we beat the crap out of the Canadians a couple of days ago.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
The World Juniors.
No, not juniors.
Oh.
No. The World Series.
Oh, in baseball?
I mean, and no, in ice hockey.
Like you said last week, Klaus, if it's got a ball, you don't really pay attention to it.
I don't, but Anita was making all kinds of sounds. What are you doing? I'm watching ice hockey. Hey, there he was.
There he is.
And you were wondering where I was.
Yeah.
I was wondering because we were just talking about ice hockey. And apparently for the last, 20 years, the Canadians has won that series. But the day before yesterday, Denmark beat the crap out of them. And
anybody can
and in the finals, we are at the moment playing against Switzerland, and I think we're losing. But
I better go check and see how Mrs. Pinder's doing. I'll be right back.
I'm just gonna go grab a coffee. Hang on.
Coffee, beer,
everything.
Where am I gonna go?
Well, you just had snacks. You need a drink.
Well, I got a drink.
Okay.
I got a snack.
Yeah, it's Hank. You can come in.
Misto, where are you? Misto.
He's just making a racket outside. I just left the door open because. Hold on. What are you doing?
Kenny, are you on silent or what? Can't hear you. Nope. Go into your setting. Oops. Settings.
Oop, wrong button. Yeah. Yeah, he was roaming around outside making a nuisance of himself, just, being annoying. I don't know.
They like doing that.
I did already once. Okay, dear.
What, Wayne's coming back.
That wind's here. You could hear me, eh? You could hear me coming.
Yes, sir.
We could hear you cursing your wife.
270 pounds pounded on the floor. You heard it coming, eh? Just like King Kong.
Okay.
So here's what we were doing. I don't know if this is going to show up. Just a minute.
You're out of uniform. Where's the hat?
Wait a minute.
Oh, somebody's adding on to something.
You see the man?
Yeah.
That's Jake. He finally made it on the live stream.
Yeah.
So anyways, I don't know. You can't really see, but those are all 4x4s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Where's that?
on Amazon, he went and got brackets that the 4x4s go in like two directions and then one straight down. So they're in corners. Then the base plates. And then with the 4x4s, it was like $350 to frame it. Then he went and got 2x4 hangers that match, and he just put them up. And he bought he wanted a canvas tarp, a 9x12 tarp. So he ordered, but he couldn't get it in canvas, but he got it in a 12 mil something or other that's waterproof, UV resistance. So he just bolted that down to the corner brackets because there's actually a hole and a diagonal piece on the upper brackets that you could bolt the canvas in. And then he just ran a bunch of 2x4s going across. And now we got a spot where we could pull a rider in on a sunny day. If somebody's in the shop and we need to work outside, we could work out of the rain.
Nice.
I thought the Mustang's going there.
He said, yes, he said that if he has to do some work on the Mustang, he could back it in there, be in the shade and do some work. Because when it's sunny and hot out, especially with a black car, you try to lean on that and you burn yourself.
I know. I had a black Mustang convertible.
In the chats, guy, Dan Solo, yeah, because that would not be good for my health. So I don't even have a refrigerator over here, which I think is a good thing. Paul, push mower, clean carb and gas tank, and it cuts out after 10 minutes of running it. Try the gas cap. It may not be breathing right, or as Tom Dover says, check the coil. I mean, do you have a spark when it dies? Check that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or you can just have a restriction in your gas flow. And sometimes I've cleaned tanks and carburetors, and once I get them going, I missed a little piece of something that'll block the hole for the gas. That can happen too.
How's that?
Hey, you're back.
For some reason, my Safari blocked my microphone. I don't know why.
Yeah, Tom, tank vent. That could be it. Yeah, absolutely. So,
what are we talking about?
Hank.
So, yeah.
What's the tank vent? Whatever.
No, it was just a question that somebody, Paul Showers, he cleaned a carburetor and a gas tank on a John Deere push mower, and it cuts out after about 10 minutes. So Tom Dobie said, check the coil or check the tank vent, and that's a good thing. When it cuts out, just put your spark tester thingy on it and see if it's got a spark, or open up the gas tank, see if it'll start right back up.
Yeah, as it starts dying, you correct the gas.
Oh, he says it starts right back up, but maybe you should check for spark.
Yeah, but why would it start right back up?
I don't know. Coils can be weird.
Yeah, but normally if the engine's still hot and it's a problem with the coil and it's got an open circuit, normally it won't start right away.
Yeah. I mean, and you can have a short somewhere. check if you have a spark right after. I mean, I sometimes run mowers outside with the inline spark checker on, and then when they start running funny, I go look at see if there's still a blinking light going on, just to check the coil. But you can have a restriction in your if it's an old fuel line, it can be restricted so it slowly drains the bowl because the flow of fuel is too slow. That can happen. So, a lot of things.
How old is this mower?
Yeah, we don't know.
And one of those aluminum
I've had fuel. I mean, Briggs fuel line come in. Wait, when you look through them, you cannot see daylight because they swell up in there and they clog it. So
yeah, it's one of the three: tank vent, coil, or your hose.
Fuel flow. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I've had thing drew me for a while. I had a riding lawnmower with just a regular, no fuel pump, just gravity fed, and that thing would run for half an hour, and all of a sudden it would stop. I was riding it up and down my lawn for half an hour, which is about twice as much it would take to mow the lawn. All of a sudden it was a piece of leaf that I missed when I cleaned the tank. And whenever that thing came over the hole for the fuel, would cut it out.
Yeah. I'll go do that too.
Trudy ran out of gas.
Uh-oh. It's running again. We can hear that.
Bruce, what was I supposed to email you? I can't remember.
I was thinking about that this morning too.
That's why you didn't get the email, because I couldn't remember what I had to email you. I might have to go and watch that live stream again.
Yeah. Well, Paul, maybe new gas line. Check it out. See if it's clogged up in any way. That can happen. Try maybe blow.
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Blow back air through the system.
Test the line first. Take it off the carburetor. See how much gas is coming out.
Yeah.
It should have a nice flow.
Yeah.
If it doesn't have a nice flow, you know it's the line.
And if there's water in the gas that you're draining out, that's the issue.
Wayne, Dan Solo is your rescue here. Bruce needed the link for the 4x4 brackets.
Oh, okay, there you go. And I just showed it being built. Okay, I'll get Jake to get me the link for those brackets.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce, were you here when I showed it?
I remember what you had now for the email.
Yeah, but well, Dan Solo just said it's the 4x4 brackets.
Yes, the brackets for a little lean-to on the side of my house for my tractor.
Here it is.
Oh,
there's ours built.
just a minute.
And that's 8 feet high.
Whoa, that's nice.
And then he just put the 2x4s up on top, and he's got a great big 9x12. He built that as 9x12, and that's measured to the inside corner of the brackets where they've got bolt holes in the top brackets, and the 9x12 tarp bolted right in there. We put half-inch bolts in with washers. It strings it pretty tight.
Are those only 2x4s across?
Across the top, they're 2x4s. Yeah.
Parknest, you got YouTube on. Turn it off. Oh, there we go.
How is that going to be for a snow load in Canada?
How it's going to be for a snow load is in the wintertime, the tarp's coming off.
Yeah, I would strap it with 1x3s every 2 feet and then put sheet metal roof on it.
Yeah.
I got to go.
Yeah, Stella texted me. She's at a scooter rally, so she's not here.
Oh, nice.
If you need to kick me down, go ahead.
Nah, I'll let Trudy do that.
Scooter rally.
Okay, my buddy at 5-Star was here this morning. He's got one of the Briggs plastic carbs off the 500E series. You know the ones I'm talking about?
Hey, the ones everyone loves to hate.
Yeah. So he says, I just can't get it. It seems like it's running rich. So I gave him a module, brand new module out of our Briggs & Stratton supply. Told him to try that and it should work fine. And he said, nope.
Well, there's 3 different kinds, isn't there?
Yes, it depends. I told him it depends on which one it is. I gave him one. I don't know if I got the 3 different ones. I think there's actually 8. I was going to do a video. I think there's actually 8 different modules you could buy.
Well, there's 2 modules for every E series of engine.
Yes, some of them are for the high altitude.
Yes.
Like they're all different.
Yeah. And I think there's 3, maybe 4 different E series in terms of output. There are bigger ones, smaller ones, and all that. I will say one thing though. Those little jets in those carburetors, they get worn.
Yeah.
When they do, they run rich.
Yeah, he says it seems like it's running really rich. But I figured the new module would work, but I said I don't know if it's the right one for your carburetor that you've got.
No.
It'll fit in, but it may not be the right jetted one.
Yeah. I mean, what I do is I only reluctantly open those carburetors and change that module. Even when I looked up the engine spec from Briggs and Stratton and I have the part number for the module, I reluctantly do it. I will most likely just replace the carb. I mean, I know for us small engine people, we like to take it apart, clean it, and put it back together. And most times you can. But those plastic carburetors, first of all, I like them, but they do get worn.
Right.
And when they do, they get weird. So, and I don't know why, but over here the plastic carb is not that expensive. You just slap a new one on. It's and also I don't know how you guys are doing it, but I made a decision in my shop. I actually made the decision last year. Doesn't matter. Nicky carburetors that comes in. No more Nicky repairs. Mm-hmm. If a Nicky carburetor comes in and it's bad, it gets replaced.
Were you talking fractional Briggs Intex?
Yeah, any Briggs engine with a Nicky, basically. The repair kit for the Nickies here over half the cost of the carburetor.
What, for the gaskets?
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah. And you still have that off chance that the carburetor won't come back even though you put that carb kit in.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I basically have to pay for that carb kit because Nicky carburetors that comes in, I'll take the bowl off on a good day and have a look at it, but if there's anything wrong with that carburetor, it gets replaced. Right. I'm not gonna have. I tried aftermarket carbs. Sometimes they work. I've had aftermarket carbs that started the engine fine, ran the engine fine in the shop. When you take it outside and you engage the blades, it falls on its feet. And I'm not going there anymore. It's too much hassle, and I don't want to have comebacks because I didn't replace the carb. So Nickies for me are goners. Walbros, I'll take those apart any day and clean them. But
nice. They never had that before. Now Terrell did a video on it. The Chinese Walbro clone.
Yeah, the Ruxing.
What's the Briggs number? 193, 194, something like that.
It's a Ruxing carburetor, and I think they work quite well. They're too new to come into my shop clogged up, so I haven't really cleaned any of them yet. But still, I replaced one on a it was the Briggs in there. I can't remember the mower. Doesn't matter. The Nicky without the solenoid. And I'm telling you, that engine was making sounds like, holy shit, something is wrong inside the engine. It was huffing, puffing, and had a clanking sound. I even, that sound when you got an external blown head gasket, that sound, it had that. I said, what is going on with this thing? The clanking and the... Okay, I'll try something. I replaced the carb. The damn thing started right up and made no weird sounds. I think somebody's been in the carburetor. So
guaranteed.
Yeah, it was running rich, but the clanking sounds like where did that come from? And I have no idea. I did notice that the coil was too close to the flywheel. I mean, I couldn't get the little feeler gauge in there. So maybe it was hitting that sometimes. I don't know. But I put a new carb on a machine. I thought it may have an internal problem. My diagnosis was way off. Put a new carb on, started right up, sounded great, burned off all the stuff that was in the muffler, and ran great. So,
All right,
yeah.
Tara Heel has a question, and Kenny, I think a low idle jet should be adjusted before the high idle, right?
On what?
On the backpack blower
Red Max.
on a red
Oh, 2 strokes.
You get it started. You adjust the low till you have the highest reading on the low.
Thank you.
Right, and then you adjust the high until you get a
right.
transfer back and forth. But then you take the high and you go till it dies. You wait till it dies the other way, and then go halfway in between. I like 4-stroke, and then 4-stroke, just 4-stroke.
But on the backpack blower, Kenny, when you got that big flywheel thingy,
yeah, you should be able to just. What I would do though is I would make it just before 4 strokes because you already have the mass on the flywheel on the fan.
Yeah.
There's no flywheel. It's a fan.
What I do on any 2-stroke that's connected to a flywheel or whatever is that I will set the factory standard, which is usually depending on the car. But
what is this? Did you say what it is?
Turn and a quarter to a turn and a half.
Yeah.
What blower?
And then if it runs great, even at high throttle, at high speed, I still take the high nozzle and turn it back out about a quarter more than the factory setting. So I am sure it doesn't run lean.
Yeah, as long as it's not broken, yeah.
Yeah, even though I can't hear it 4-stroking, I don't go all the way until I hear it 4-stroking. I just do factory setting and then 1/4 turn just to make sure it's not running lean because you really can't tell.
Did he say what model? What brand and model?
No, he doesn't.
No. But you know what? Warm it up first. Let it get warmed up.
Oh, yeah, they got to warm up.
Yeah. Because a lot of people, they'll try to adjust it right after they start it. No, let it warm up.
Yeah. So we worked on a weird machine. Guy brought a Yard Pro. Anybody ever hear of the Yard Pro? Sears used to sell them in Canada. Okay. So a guy brings in a Yard Pro.
This gas tank on this blower is full of 2-stroke oil. Look at that.
Just pure oil.
It might have a light mix. It came from the same guy who had that Quantum.
What is it? Where's it? Oh.
It's a Poulan Pro leaf blower, and it's full of 2-stroke oil in the gas tank.
Just oil or mixed?
It's thick. It might not be just oil, but yeah.
A little heavy on the oil and light on the fuel.
Yeah, I mean, it's so full. It's just
maybe the guy went 50-1 oil to gas instead of the other way around. You never know. Bruce, I text Jake.
It looks like 1-1, actually.
I text Jake. He is sending you the link to those brackets.
Thank you.
So it's in Jake's hands, but now it's going to happen. Yeah, right. So we got this Yard Pro in. The guy said, I said, who worked on this machine? And he said, nobody's ever worked on it. I said, you buy it used? He said, no, I bought it brand new from Sears. I said, well, somebody must have worked on it. He said, nope, it's never had any service. I said, well, number one, it's a Kohler XT7 engine, and you got Tygon fuel lines on. They don't come with Tygon fuel lines. Number two, it's got a white plastic fuel filter on it. They don't come with that. Number three, when I took the carburetor apart, it had an O-ring for a bowl gasket, right? Like a regular O-ring, so which was like, I don't know, about 3 times too thick for the regular OEM O-ring. So I said, definitely somebody's worked on it. I said, have you ever given it to anybody for a while? He said, well, my daughter was using it for a while. I said, well, she might have had something done to it because basically butchered. So anyways, the big problem was it was so jellified with ethanol, and I always drill out the pilot jet. Now, the one thing I'd like to be able to do is to pull up what is the pilot jet opening supposed to be OEM setting. You don't know. It's not marked on anything.
Well, they won't tell you.
Yeah, but I wish I knew, because I went and I drilled this one out, and it seemed like 15 thousandths of an inch was beauty. It went in there and it cleaned some stuff out, put it on, fired it up, died, fired, put it, primed it again, fired up, and then it's got a slight hunting to it. Said I got to take it apart. I take it apart. I take the pilot jet. I drilled it to 17 thousandths of an inch. Put it back on, fires up. Now it stays running, but now it's still hunting a little bit.
Yeah.
Took it out again, drilled it to 22, thou run like a clock.
I've heard you say 18.
What engine was it, Wayne?
A Kohler XT7.
Okay.
A Kohler Courage. So, like,
Yeah.
what is, where can you find the spec on what that pilot jet's supposed to be OEM?
I have a couple of times gotten tricked in terms of drilling up the jet, and I've learned that if the Kohlers or the Hondas are doing the hunting, before I go and get the mini drill set, I replace all gaskets, because it doesn't take much.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, I've had carbs where I had to go find a new idle jet because I over drilled it, because the issue was a vacuum leak, a bad gasket, or
That'll make it surge all right.
a bad gasket, or something else. And I don't know about the Kohler. I don't know Kohlers that well, but the Hondas are hideously finicky about even the smallest of vacuum leaks.
Well, that's the whole thing. You know, they don't know really how to test the fact that there's a leaky gasket.
Yeah.
If you just take your starter fluid or your brake cleaner and spray around the carburetor,
That's it.
Yeah.
that'll let you know right there and then.
Yeah, it'll start flooding it out if you're leaking, sucking air through it.
I've seen, you know, that insulator block on the Honda GCVs,
Yeah.
little plastic. I've seen that with cracks in it. When I took it off, it did not come apart. But when I cleaned it, I could see hairline cracks in it.
Yeah.
And it, as I said, it did not come apart. It just had the cracks. That was it. I replaced that insulator block. Thing ran like a beaut. So
when we get them in here, that insulator block's normally turned around the wrong way, and they all swear that they never had it apart.
yeah.
Oh, you sure you didn't have it apart? No, didn't touch it. Well, who put this block on backwards? What block? What are you talking about? Well, you know this little plastic piece that's in at the back of the carburetor? Yeah. Well, somebody put it on backwards, so that means it would have never run.
Right.
No, I never had it apart. I said, you got a mechanic next door that you called over to look at it? Yeah, that's it, Bruce.
Johnny, how you doing, Big John?
What are the size? We've talked about this 200 times. What is the actual size of that O-ring that's on there?
Oh, Kenny sent me a text, said there's 3X and 4X.
Okay.
Right.
3x1 and 4x1, right?
Yeah, that's it.
Scott Keller wants to know if anybody has a dipstick for an old flathead Briggs.
You do the Scott Teller trick. Just put a rag in it.
It would cost more to send it than the machine's worth from here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now over here, Mickey says, ask the experts. They missed your question. Whose question did we miss?
Who's that?
I'm looking at Mickey Yo-Yo here. And there's a
Hold on, Mickey. Where's Mickey? Where's Mickey?
his hand up, and it says, ask the experts. They
They missed
missed
it. Yeah, I've seen that.
question.
But I mean, we are not super young in here, Mickey, but we don't think we've missed anything. Let us know.
Yeah. Whose question?
I could
Put the
barely.
question out again. Ugh. Help, I meant-
I'm gonna move you guys.
Big John.
Hey, John. Yep.
I'm just
Hey,
scrolling.
Lawnmower detective. Senor Detectivo. Ooh.
Oh yeah, Tar Heels is talking about somebody saying that 1 year thing runs perfect, next year it won't run on high speed. So the first thing I do is say, were you cutting into any hedges, shrubbery, anything like that, where a branch gets in there and hits that linkage that bends it so that the spring's too loose to the governor arm? 90% of the time, that's all that's happened is somebody's bent it by shoving it under the brushes.
Yeah, I mean, every time somebody tell me that it ran great last year, but now I do a mental mechanical reset. I go back to step one. Yeah, bring it in. I'll look at it. I'm not even trying to explain why that can happen. I just go back to step one, cleaning everything. It's like, geez.
If the guy set it down in the fall and then picked it back up the following year, well, maybe there's a clog in the carburetor.
Yeah.
But if he started playing with it and changed and pulled and whatever with it, who knows?
I mean, my dear old dad, he had we have a brand of it called Clippo, which is a high-end brand name, but it's got Honda GCVs on it. He brings it in one day. He said, Klaus, it won't start, and it's making weird sounds. And he was right. It wouldn't start. And when it did, it made weird sounds. The valve cover was so dented that
It was hitting the rockers, eh?
It wasn't even fun. Is it, Dad, how many times have I told you not to push it under the brushes? Oh, yeah, but I have to mow it. You said, yeah, with a weed whacker.
No.
But
Klaus, I've seen many of them like that too. Guy brought in a brand new Troy build. I mean, almost like brand new.
And
It won't start.
And
I had a neighbor do that.
the new GCV are even worse because the material is, I don't know, it seems thinner.
It is.
Yeah, but you know what? As soon as his son moved out, he hasn't had a problem since.
Okay, I guess the question that Mickey Yo-Yo had was
That's a good one, Bruce.
something about a question he's got about the engine stalling out. So I'm not super young either. Jeez. Scroll back to Bill. Question he's got is engine stalling out.
On what, a rider?
No.
No, he had a push mower that after 10 minutes it died, and I think we gave
we talked about it.
We gave him all the options for that. So
yeah,
I think we consider Mickey. We think we consider that one closed. We moved on.
Loosen off the cap first and see.
Yeah.
That's
check
normally
when it's running. Check fuel flow. Hank said fuel flow.
Yeah.
So I think we already did that one. But
yeah,
if we missed anything there, please let us know.
And then we talked about the coil too, and the event check for the spark if the coil's hot and it's failing when it's hot,
right.
Or unplug the kill switch on the coil, see if it does it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought there might have been another question or something there that we missed. Barry, how are you doing, Barry?
Where would we be if we didn't have the lawnmower that starts and stalls?
Yeah.
I had one this week. It was a 2-stroke newer Craftsman weed eater. And I mean, new isn't about a year old. And he wanted a tune-up on it. So I verified it started. And I put the new spark plug and everything in it. Put the new plug in it, I'm getting intermittent spark. Try another plug, intermittent spark. Put the original plug in it, it ran perfect. Is there something with that MTD plug that's special versus?
Could be a non-resistor plug, and you put a resistor in,
No,
just
what I
like
was
just like the old Mantises.
I have
Some
had
of
bad plugs
some
right
of
out.
some of them really don't like getting a resistor plug in.
Well, I
don't know.
just know the part number on the plug that I pulled out of it and ended up putting back in was that 794-00056A.
I don't know what you're talking about. Tell us in normal
Me
language.
neither.
Well, that
What's
was the
the
part
alternative
number.
plug?
I know,
That
but
was
we don't have that capacity in our brains.
yeah.
right?
I don't know what it was, what that was equivalent to,
Okay.
but I know any other brand new plug I put in it, resistor. Now these were non-resistor plugs I was trying in it
Okay.
because we
Well,
didn't
then
have it in a resistor, and I put that plug in and it ran good. So I'm
It
thinking
could load the coil. It
that
could load the
original
coil
plug
a
had
bit.
to have been a resistor plug.
the only thing I can think of is the same issue I've seen with Mantises, where they do not like to have a resistor plug in. It makes the spark too weak. But I don't know. Other than that, I don't know. You could have a bad coil. It can happen. I mean, those Craftsman weed eaters, they're all Wuhan models, right? So anything can happen. Right. I'm sorry. That was a question, right? The cheap Craftsman weed eaters, they're all made in China, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
What's
Yeah, I think
not?
they're.
It could be a bad coil, Brett. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think
What's
it was.
not
I think
made in
MTD makes the new ones.
Yeah. But even the MTDs, the small ones, they're all Wuhan models. I mean, they all come out of China, good and
Came
bad.
out of the boat.
That's what I kind of figured.
Yeah. I've seen brand new weed eaters, chainsaws, lawnmowers, Chinese made, and right out of the box, there's something wrong with them. I mean, I've seen them with bad coils. I've seen them with bad carbs. I've seen them with.
Yeah, I don't think they
I
started.
have a lot of people that bring, they went to a box store, they bought the box, and they bring it here. Can you assemble it and make it run?
Oh, I've had that lots of times. Yeah.
Yeah, and MTDs. We don't have Craftsman over here anymore, but MTDs and all the other brands that have these cheap lawnmowers, they're all made in China, and some of them right out of the box comes with issues. I've had them with leaky carburetors right out of the box, bad coils, bad plugs. Some of them don't even use a torch plug. It's a no name plug.
How many guys have had a nice Honda come in, and lawnmower, and the plug's been loose for years.
Yeah.
And the tip
I will say though, I was beating on the Chinese here. I didn't mean to, but
yeah, well,
I've had brand new Honda on a Husqvarna push mower come in. When I put fuel in it, it was pissing out of everywhere. The float didn't seal right. So I mean, it can happen to any brand, but it's just the cheap Chinese ones. The below $200 or $300 mowers. It's
no, this
It's not like the quality control isn't there.
No.
yeah, I don't think they start every one.
Some of them, I wonder if they have bins of scrap carburetors that somebody in China is pulling them out of the scrap and boxing them up and shipping them out to somebody, and they're selling them, because we've got them in where the idle screw is so loose that and you didn't realize it, you fired up, everything's fine, but as it's running, the idle's changing, and you watch the screw walking itself back. So we ended up putting red Loctite on it and letting it sit at the point where it was running good, and we red Loctite the idle screw.
Yeah.
We've seen them where you order them and you take the bowl off and the plastic float is broken. or the float and the pin aren't installed in the thing, or the needle is missing out of the carburetor.
Yeah, it's in the bottom.
Like Hank got the bowl at the bottom, the hole is offset, so you can't even put it comes to him loose, and he says, "What the hell? The hole's an eighth of an inch off center." Crazy.
Or if it's a 4-stroke, even the 2-strokes, what do you call those aluminum caps? They're gone.
Yeah,
The Welch
You can run
plugs.
without one, but it won't
Yeah.
take movement. It won't take movement.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, just about every one that I've seen, you're right, Bruce, the Welch plugs are not in there. Yeah.
They'll run with it as long as you don't shake it, because
Yeah.
it stops the shaking in the bowl from getting into the jets. Eh?
I've seen Honda carburetors, brand spanking new, where the Welsh plugs has come off the carburetor.
Yeah.
And so, it's...
So I just put them back in and hit them good with a punch, and away we go.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that happen a lot on those plastic Briggs carburetors. That
Do
you
they have
see
Welch
a lot
plugs?
of. Yeah, there's one Welch plug in
Yeah.
there.
That's right. There's one on the
There's
side.
one
That's
Welch
right.
plug in
There's
there,
one. Yeah.
It's under the float on one side.
I got my first Honda GCD 160 carburetor that I've cleaned, drilled, and it's got the pilot jet. It's the carburetor that's got the Phillips head screw in where the pilot jet is.
The
So
older
it doesn't have that plastic part you pull out.
Right.
This thing has been cleaned. Every port is opened. Everything is working perfect. The pilot jet looks like to me, it looks like it's too big, but I've got a brand new carburetor. It looks identical. I've put this thing on twice and it's hunting. I spray it to see if the gaskets are all sealing. It's sealing. So tonight I got a brand new Honda carb in the storage. It's getting the brand new Honda carb on it with the existing gaskets. Check it out. Then throw the other one in my scrap box.
Yeah.
My lawnmower that I use, I've had for 13 years since I started my channel, and it had the guy just gave it to me. He was so frustrated. He said, "Just take it," and it was brand new, right? And I took it home, fiddled with everything, and fiddled, and finally ordered a new carburetor, and it ran like a champ.
Yeah.
So there you go.
So something's happening internally on this thing that I haven't been able to figure out.
Yeah.
And it's not worth my time to keep trying to clean it and fix it when everything is flowing the way it should be that I could see.
I'll tell you the ones I used to see that used to leak a lot right out of the box was the carburetor on those Duraforce Lawnboy 2-stroke. I've seen brand new ones out of the box. You fill that tank with gas, all is fine and dandy. You let it sit, and you come back the next day, there's a little pool underneath that air cleaner on the deck.
Hmm.
And the sad part about it used to be when you got lawn boys, they had the fuel valve built onto the tank. They don't have fuel valves on those Duraforce.
Yeah.
I always end up putting one on them whenever I do them.
Yeah. Wayne, Dave,
Wayne.
Lawnmower Detective says that check your governor. He had one last week.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's the one that you had there with the Phillips.
All right. We'll check it
No,
out. We'll check it out.
Bruce, it's a JIS. Come on.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tar Heel says he's got a G5000 Red Max that's leaking bar oil like crazy. Where does he start looking?
What was the brand of the machine?
Red Max.
It's a G5000 Red Max leaking bar oil.
So Tar Heel now have a chainsaw?
It appears.
All righty.
All right, listen, okay.
Yeah.
He says it's leaking like Popeye the Sailor Man.
Yeah. Hoses.
Yeah, it's got if the pump's working, it is pumping oil. That's bonus. But if it's leaking, it's something else. Yeah, it's got to be the hose.
It can be everything from a clogged up hole in the bar all the way back down to where it suck up the oil. Go from there. I would start on the bar side.
Well, don't you get a little bit of runoff on a saw anyway? Because you got residual on the bar.
Yeah,
I mean, in all honesty, if a saw is tight and newish, you shouldn't get that much runoff because everything should get flung off by the chain.
Yeah, he's
It
saying
there's a little bit of it takes a little bit it back, but that's usually mixed with sawdust.
Yeah,
So
it used to be a like a clamshell, and then they would leak, but not anymore.
no, I mean, I know the Husqvarnas are known for leaking, but and of course you will, Brett. Of course you will. But in theory, they shouldn't leak oil in any a couple of drops mixed with sawdust, but pure oil is usually a sign of something is worn. Usually. And I mean, and I'm talking about Steels, Husqvarnas, Echoes, all the cheapos. That your bets are off. They can leak from out of the box.
Yeah, it could be the cap too.
It could be the cap too. Yeah.
Why is
some
it
of
that the pulling saws,
Some of them.
now that we're talking about pulling, why is it sometimes, and I've had many of those pulling pro come in, and you try to get that gas cap off, and it is just, the threads are so tight. It's the ones where the cap threads into the saw, not onto the saw.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, the only answer I have is that's because it's a Poulan. It's a crappy saw. Sorry.
Could create a vacuum, and so
I agree with Klaus.
It is not good. And I have the same. I have a whole box full of new caps because people tighten them so much that they sort of wear out.
I still think the Poulan Pros, the older ones, are still a Husqvarna back-to-back made.
I mean, those days they were good saws. They really, and even further back, Bruce. We're talking antique saws now, but when Poulan and McCulloch were separate brands, they were good saws. But Husqvarna and they didn't make it a secret. Poulan and McCulloch are cheap Husqvarna saw products.
Right.
It is budget saws, and I mean, for the homeowner that uses a saw twice a year, they're great. But I mean, you can tell if you go look at the parts diagram. If you want an intake gasket for a newer McCulloch or a Poulan saw, which is basically the same today, you can't get it. You have to buy the whole gasket set.
Yeah,
which is weird. But they're not designed to be repaired. They're designed to be thrown away, and you go buy a new one. And that's why they're cheap. I mean, it's yeah.
Yeah, and I understand it. A guy lives in a house that got a couple of trees that he has to trim every 2 or 3 years. He's not going to spend the $800 on a saw.
no.
And sometimes I've read a couple of articles of late where somebody, I don't know if they were associated with Husqvarna, but they did complain about how electrics is taking over from gas powered chainsaws, and you guys asked for it because you've been putting out crappy gas saws for 2 decades. No wonder people go to electric when it comes to homeowner or the cheap end of the scale. Because why? Why buy problems?
Well, the old Homelites Super 2s and all those. Those were good little saws.
Yeah.
But they took maintenance. But I've got 2 of them, and they run. Got to do the duck bill. Got to do all that.
I mean, I bought just because I don't know. Maybe I was bored. I don't know. On our version of Craigslist a couple of years ago, I bought a Homelight trimmer. Little, little trimmer, 26, but it was one of the old ones. It was a Homelight. It wasn't before it turned made in China. And those are great little machines. They really are. I mean, they're not commercial grade, but for what they are, great. I mean, motor runs fantastic. The thing with the wire that cuts works perfect. I mean, nothing is wrong with those. They're ugly, they smell, they do drip oil when you prime them or fuel when you prime them, but still, they're great
They
little engines.
ran.
What was that, Brett?
I said they ran.
They ran, and they ran fairly well. These days, I don't know. I mean, I've had 2-year-old machines come in where the fuel lines are already hard as and can't seal and all that. And 2 years, come on, it's
So this thing, you guys saw it. It's not. I just drained the oil out of it. It was about
What's the brand, Bruce?
That's a Poulan Pro.
Poulan.
Okay.
It's so old. There's a 1-800 number, not a website.
Yeah.
Isn't that interesting?
But it's weird. I mean, I think when Husqvarna have these made, when they sell them in North America, they call them Poulans. When they sell them over here, they call them McCullochs.
Well, we just had a customer bring us a self-propelled, similar, the blade brake that Honda has on their lawnmower, right? With the clutch assembly to start the blade.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was Husqvarna, likely very expensive, 2013. Beautiful machine. Looks like it's brand new. The guy, I mean, he maintained it, but he said, I think I broke the belt. I don't have any drive. So the first thing I did is we had serviced it a year ago. So I went and checked the model number. I checked on the belt. No longer available.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I can go to the States to some of the sites like eBay. Somebody's got some old stock, but any dealership and our Husqvarna suppliers here, you can't get it anymore.
Nope.
So I call them and I say, look, bring it. We'll take a look at it. Hopefully it's the cable and it's not the belt. And sure enough, the cable's broke.
Yeah.
So I could get them a cable. It's $60 though for the cable.
Husqvarna has done this to a lot of their products because, I mean, 10 years ago, Husqvarna was just like steel. There was almost a 20-year guaranteed availability of parts.
Yeah.
All parts. But Husqvarna on some of their ranges of machines, you're lucky if you're getting 10 years.
Yeah, and what they're doing is they're making a new model, discontinuing that model. Once the parts run out, they're no longer stocked. You can't get them anymore. So here you go. You got a machine that's only 12 years old, looks like brand new. Now, if he ever breaks a belt, I got to try to find something that'll work that's close.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when people ask me, and a lot of people do, they're in the market for, say, a chainsaw. What should I buy? And I said, well, you got your three usual suspects. You got your Steels, your Husqvarnas, and your Echoes. And I said, do you have a budget on this? And they go, yeah, I got a $500 budget. I said, then you want to buy steel and only steel because one, you can't get a $500 Echo here, and second, if you buy Husqvarna, it's going to be crap. The cheap versions or the cheaper chainsaws from Husqvarna, they're not good. They're crappy saws.
Yeah.
And as you said, give them 8-10 years, parts are discontinued. But if you buy a steel, even the cheap ones they have made in China, 20 years guarantee on parts. So if your saw costs below $700-800, buy a steel. Anything above, it doesn't matter. Husqvarna makes great saws above that price. So does Echo, and Echo actually makes really good products. But steel Husqvarna, it's the same above $700-800. They're good saws, and you can get parts for them for a long time. But below that, steel to me, steel are the only ones that makes serviceable, cheaper chainsaws.
People always ask me what's a good saw. They want something robust without going pro that they want to use around the house or out on the farm. I always tell them, go look at the Farm Boss.
Yeah,
Steel.
exactly. Yeah, exactly.
MS-271. I said, that saw will do anything you want it to do.
Yep.
Matter of fact, I know tree cutters that use Farm Bosses on their fleet.
and it is a good all round saw. And yeah, it costs a little bit more than your Poulan or your McCulloch or whatever they call them these days, but they are good saws for what they cost, and they're repairable.
You get what you pay for, is what I would tell people.
Exactly.
I say you want to buy the cheap saw and in 2 years it's dead, or do you want to put a little bit more money into it, buy a saw that you know is going to be good, because by the time you replace these cheap ones every 2 years, you've either equaled or exceeded what you're going to pay for a good saw.
Yeah. I have a couple of neighbors around here, and they on the same year they each bought a steel Formex trimmer / hedge cutter. You can replace the tools on it, and the other guy bought a small Echo trimmer, and they both run alkylate fuel, premix alkylate fuel, and this is about 5 years ago. I haven't heard from any of them since.
Hey, yo, I'm gonna interrupt you 1 second. We got Mix and we got Clem in the basement.
All righty, you can drop me, Kenny. No problem.
I'm not even there, you guys. Go for it.
Yeah, if you want, you could drop me out too. Yo, Mick. See what Bruce is doing? That's why we got out of the two-stroke business.
I'm just trying to get it to bark. I got the oil out of it.
Oh, we got a burp.
John says he can wait.
All right.
How are y'all?
Hey, John.
Bark, 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 bark.
Meow.
Big ugly.
Big ugly.
I had so much oil in it, I couldn't even feel the spark. I just felt
Figured
it.
I'd beat y'all to it.
But just think, Bruce, the diaphragm is likely very pliable. You just have to rinse that excess oil out of there.
Well, I don't even know how. Actually, I don't know why. But the oil
Kenny,
was
if Mick is in the basement, drop me down for a bit, will you?
No, I thought I saw him in the basement. I saw John there. I thought I saw two people. Now so just
Don't think we look alike now.
Yeah,
Same
those
here,
two
sir.
don't look alike. They really don't.
Please.
Same here, sir. Same here.
cheap
I
sauce.
didn't know Scott Keller was your cousin, John.
It's pretty quiet.
Okay, may I be excused for a second? I'm
I
all
used to
out.
like you, big dog.
That glass has got a hole in the top.
Well, it says that over here. Scott Keller says, "Hi, cousin John."
Yeah, one of his
Yeah.
people is from where I'm from, and it makes us kin, I guess.
Oh boy.
So how are y'all today?
Not too bad. Not too bad. Yeah.
Not too bad.
No, please, not today.
Bruce, you got hot weather in Alberta?
Hot.
We got our
weather.
furnace. We got our furnace on over here in Ontario.
No, we have had a
Oh,
really cool
crap.
rain. It's been
Mickey Moon.
10 above for a week. My seeds are starting to rot in the ground.
No, we got nothing but rain every day.
It's 17 today and it's going to 25 tomorrow.
Yeah, no, I think we're 15 tomorrow with rain
Oh,
again.
Mick,
It's like
Yeah,
the
I'll
UK
take my
over
shot.
here, Mick. It's like the UK over here. Rain every day.
It's been it's a bank holiday weekend for us. I mean, said it was going to be shocking, but actually, it's not too bad. Okay, but then we're used to it over here in the UK. You know, skin's waterproof. You're going to get so wet. You know what I mean?
I just came in from the shop. It was 102 in my shop.
Jesus.
Hot.
We don't see that. We see that for about a week a year.
It's like 10 degrees cooler outside when I walk out the shop
Yeah.
door.
I was asking you if you should winterize or summarize that shop.
I just need to burn it down and build me a new one.
Just put a door on it.
Maybe you can just quit whinging about it and just get it done. Do you know what I mean?
You're number one, Mick. Thank you.
What's that word? Whinging? Quit whinging?
That's all it
Yeah.
does. Yeah, quit whinging. That's all he does. It's just, it's too hot, it's too cold. It's a bit like Hank. That's all Hank whinges about. It's too hot, too cold, got to stay indoors. Hank is true.
I'm just kind of glad I'm alive to see the weather today.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're alive too, Bruce.
I'm getting old, Mick.
Baby,
You
you
got a
are.
ways. You got a ways to go to catch up to me and Hank, buddy.
I know. Not quite 10.
You're doing all right, Brucey.
I got guys 55 years old bringing equipment in. They need a hand to get it out, or they need me and Jake to unload it out of their truck because they're in such bad shape.
Yeah.
They say to me, "How old are you?" I said 76. They say, "Holy shit, you're in good shape for 76." I say, "Yeah, but if I wasn't 270 pounds, I'd be in better shape."
Yeah.
Well, you probably wouldn't be able to get out of your chair because you got no strength.
Well, no, I got the electric lift up chair, Bruce, in the shop. I can press a button and it lifts me right out.
You don't have a mobility scooter, do you?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Who's the guy in the orange tank top?
Well, you're pointing in the wrong direction to begin with. You're pointing over there and actually over there.
That's Luke, isn't it? Is that Luke?
Is it Luke? Yeah.
Can
Hold on.
anyone-
Do like this. See if we recognize
Yeah.
you.
Can anyone understand?
Do
I
like
can't
this.
understand. Can't understand a word.
Do
coming out of
like
his
this.
mouth.
Do
That's
like
foreign
this.
language.
Do like this.
Sounds kind of Dutch.
Southernese.
Is that Dutch? Some kind of Viking language. How you doing, my ladies? You all doing okay?
Good, Mick. Thanks.
Good.
So Trudy made me work. She brought the mower over after she mowed the front lawn and wanted me to blow it off with the air compressor.
What happened to our host?
What happened to what?
With the most, there's
Our
only
host.
6. There's only room for 6.
Oh,
Well, he could blow me away and put.
yeah, me too. Yeah.
They still making Red Max? I don't think they make Red Max anymore, do they?
Careful, Hank. Careful.
Same with Shindaiwa. I don't think they make Shindaiwa either.
No.
Taken over by, I think Echo owns them, right?
Echo owns Shindaiwa these days. Yes.
Yeah.
They were good little engines.
Yes, they were.
For some reason, I don't know that it must have been the name, but over here they had this bad rep. Whenever people said Shindaiwa, I don't want any Chinese stuff. It's not Chinese,
Japanese.
but it's I don't know. It never caught on here.
Shindao is a good, or used to be a
Yeah.
really good make. That's same as the Komatsu style, Komatsu range.
Oh yeah.
Semi-professional, good quality materials.
And Dia, Echo, same thing.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
I don't know who owns Komatsu. I don't know. Maybe that's Echo too these days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Probably.
The Indian, the Komatsu, the little.
Uh-oh.
What happened? Kenny.
Oh, Kenny.
Well, Mick said we had a little too much Danish, so.
Oh,
Yeah, that happens. It's that fighting Viking talk. It just goes right through me. How you doing, Kenny?
Here's some of that fuel filter line, fuel filter line. It's just coming apart piece by piece.
Is that the black one?
Cheaper stuff with delaminates.
Yeah.
Well, all the fuel filter line in Canada will be dissolving in 2026 when they go up to 11% ethanol, and the lines are only good for up to 10.
Right.
the machine's not even going to run.
And well, then in 26 is 11, and then I think by 2030, I think it's 2030, it could be 28. They want to go to 15%.
Yeah, I've heard that. 15.
Oh,
I mean,
terrible.
we're having enough problems over here with the E10. It's just fantastic for me.
It's
but
good, Nick. It's good for business, right?
Yeah. For
It's
business,
the best thing going for small engine repair companies is ethanol.
Unfortunately, you might get someone, you repair a piece of equipment and you repair it and it all runs. They take it home and a week later it don't run again. It's because of the ethanol, not because of repair.
Oh, we got a sun shower.
Ken, you're sideways. I can't see a goddamn thing.
Sorry?
Your camera is
Yeah.
sideways. I can't see a thing.
You're 90 degrees. You're sideways.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
So we got a sun shower.
Yeah, over here we call that rain. Happens quite a lot.
You got the sun's out over here. It's dark over there.
Should be a
Careful now, Bruce,
rainbow.
no accident.
Look for the rainbow.
Yeah, we get a lot of customers. They don't believe me about the ethanol. So I just tell them, take a pickle jar that's empty, nice and dried out, pour some of your gasoline in it on a nice humid day, leave the lid off, set it outside, and just watch it cloud up.
Yeah.
That's your pea jar, Bruce.
Yeah, that's Wayne's jar.
Your shop jar.
No rainbow, huh?
I got one of those jars.
A 5-gallon bucket.
Okay. Make this thing work.
Good, Mike.
Oh, I see dirt riders come into a chat drunk again.
Mm-hmm. Welcome back.
Okay, run. Trail.
Yeah, I can hear it, Bruce. I heard that from.
Yeah, cranked around
Yeah,
fine.
it runs, but it doesn't stay around.
Lots of mine do that.
All right, I had a first this week. I need y'all's input on it. Had a riding tractor come in for a no start. It was zero compression, no compression. Pulled the valve cover, expecting a stuck valve. Of all things, the retainer, the cap for the valve spring,
Yes.
the center had broken out of it. It was laying in the bottom of the valve,
Cover.
bottom of the head, excuse me, and in 3 pieces.
Wow.
But the center was punched out of it.
Wow.
You ever had that before?
No, never saw that.
Me neither.
Seen them off, seen the retainers off
Yeah,
because they were
and
run so loose, but
yeah, and the lifter was still on the valve. It just wouldn't close all the way. That's why it wasn't. There's no compression.
Is there any
What
thread
engine was
left? Is there any
It was
threads
a
left? Oh, sorry.
19 horse Kohler Courage.
Oh yeah. Is there any threads left to put on a new retainer?
I put one. I had one.
Yeah.
I took everything apart, cleaned it all
And
up,
what?
lapped
and
the
what it go
valve,
like?
put it all back together, and
Which one
ran fine.
Mm.
Pardon?
I was just saying, what would it run like once you put it all back together?
Ran fine. He called me a while ago, said he mowed his son's yard with it and did perfect.
He probably thinks you're a guru.
It's just a bad
Yeah.
part. I mean, it's a bad part. Bad quality
Yeah,
control.
I'd never seen it before.
No, me neither.
I had no.
Problem
He was sitting there while I took it apart, and I was like, I've never seen this before, Joe. Never.
Problem is, I suspect it's like Klaus says, bad body control, with the hairline fracture in there. Could have been a number of things.
I've seen with, when you buy these sets of washers out of China, and sometimes when I've used them, and you tighten down a 6 mil or an 8 mil bolt, once the bolt gets in there, sometimes the washer cracks. And I mean, it's just a crappy part. I mean, it's just bad metal or something. But a regular washer that just cracks under tension, I've seen that. I've never seen it in an engine ever. I've seen Brix engines where the push rod has come off the rocker for no apparent reason, none that I can find. You put it back together, you set everything up, and it runs great. I still don't know why the thing has come off.
Yeah, I've had that a couple of times myself, Klaus, with overhead engines. There's just the push rod just disconnected. I mean, you can only suggest the gap on the valves is too slack.
That was the pieces that was left over.
Yeah,
Is that what you're talking about there, John?
Pardon?
Does that look like what you're talking about there?
No.
No. He's got
the
the
picture.
thin little.
It's like a washer type of thing.
It's the piece that goes on top of the valve spring.
Yeah.
Bruce, look in
Keep
your parts tray post 1952, mate.
These have the Model A written all over them.
Well, how many rockers have you seen that crack in half? You know, I mean,
Yeah.
it's the metal. You know,
I've only seen it on Hondas.
only on Hondas.
Yeah, where they develop a crack. You know where the rocker pin
Yeah.
Yeah.
is sort of floating in there, and you
Correct.
can only take it off after you take the cover off.
Oh,
I've seen one rocker arm develop a crack, so the whole thing can flex.
Yeah.
I've never seen the bricks rocker arm break ever, but maybe
this
it's
one
just
was a Honda, and it was a broken stud.
yeah.
Yeah, it does happen. Is it just because the valves are a bit slack and there's just a bit too much more movement in there? Maybe.
I think it's bad metal. To be honest, I think it's poor quality control.
So are we saying that stuff coming out of China is not being quality control tested?
No,
I find that hard to believe.
No, but I mean on Hondas.
I'm sure a 10-year-old took care of that.
Honda's over here. The Honda engines over here are basically assembled in France.
Same thing. Same problem.
But the parts come from everywhere. So I think it's just poor quality control.
Well, in the forging business, we were not allowed to use Chinese purchased steel in any forged product.
No.
Yeah.
Only because the steel wasn't quality material.
Yeah.
Well, if you look at the broken pieces, it probably said Budweiser on the side, right?
Yeah.
I had one the other week, Hank, and mine said, "Let's make America great again."
Yeah.
Well, let's not go there. No, it's now what we should talk more about is ice hockey. We really should talk more about that.
Right,
Yeah,
because
we play a lot of that down here where I live.
My team,
No, I-
Toronto's out. I can't
Well,
talk about it. I'm pulling for Bruce's team, the Oilers.
in the World Series for the last 20 years, Canada has won the World Championships.
The World Cup.
The day before yesterday, Denmark kicked Canada's in ice hockey.
Yeah.
Is that for the first time they've done that? Is it all?
Oh, absolutely. For the first time,
All right.
probably the last two, but we still did it.
Yeah,
And now
man,
we're getting our behinds kicked by the Swiss. So
yeah, and Canada, I think, sent a fairly good team over to play, even though the playoffs are on and they didn't get all their best players. But Sidney Crosby was playing, right?
I don't know.
Sidney Crosby was over there playing, yeah.
To
I
be
think
honest,
so.
Wayne, to be honest, I know nothing about ice hockey. I really don't.
Me either.
Nick doesn't know anything about hockey. He's a soccer guy,
No,
right?
I've seen ice hockey, but I gave up watching it because the ball they use, that little black ball,
The puck.
is too. There's no to swear, Klaus. The little ball they use is just far too bloody small, and I can't flip and see it.
Nobody can.
You know, at one time, I don't know if you guys remember when they put the blue streak on the TV so you could follow the puck. Do you remember that? It wasn't that long ago.
Yeah.
Because everybody was saying you couldn't see the puck, and so they had this streak that would go and it would show you the puck flying around. They'd drive you crazy.
Somebody highlighter marking on the screen.
In the series, we were
A
playing
little
Germany.
10-year-old Chinese boy was doing it.
We were playing Germany before we played the Canadians, and you see a guy whack the puck, right? And you go, where the hell did it go? The next thing you see is that the goalie is holding it in his hand.
Yep.
Somebody's got better eyesight than me.
Yeah, the puck's moving like 95 miles an hour.
Yeah.
You probably see it better coming straight at you than you can from the side.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how small a puck is. It's tiny.
That's a puck.
Yeah.
That's a puck.
Yeah, that's it. That's a ball. Yeah, that's a ball.
Bruce, you can say puck on YouTube.
Yeah, nearly.
Yeah. Yeah, can't say the other word, but puck is okay.
Puck is fine. So fuck you.
Doesn't matter. Caption's going to get wrong anyway, so. Or the AI is going to say it the wrong way.
And you know what? They're so well made that I use that puck on my floor hose. Underneath, just to put the rear end or the frame under, and it just takes the jar out of it.
Yeah.
What are they made of? Is it like compressed plastic or?
Oh, it's rubber.
No, it's rubber. Hard.
Rubber. Oh, okay.
It'll take your teeth out of your mouth if it hits you.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
your teeth out. Split your skin wide open if you get hit in the forehead. That's why they all wear masks now.
See you, Dave. Yeah.
I think I'll just stick to English
Dave,
rugby. So much better
Dave.
game.
Half hour ago, Klaus, he left.
Sorry. I guess the chat is moving a little slow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That happens. It's me and John came up.
Yeah.
How come it says big ugly?
That best describes me.
He's just been chewed out by Lisa.
Yeah, as usual.
At least I can put this on the floor now.
Yeah.
Good.
You get
And then
oil
that's
all over the floor.
You'll end up tripping over it. You wait and see. I bet your fool's ass over nuts in it in a minute.
Maybe some gas spillage.
Yeah. We want to see you spill some gas, Bruce.
I already did today.
Please don't let it be two-stroke gas, because that does make it slippery.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Look at that. We already been on almost 2 hours. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did
And
you
I've
guys
been on,
start-
and guys, I've been on from the shop.
Yeah. Did you start
Oh,
late
have you?
today?
Is that?
No, I've had internet put in, a cable
Yeah,
plug in.
It's a bit hit and miss, isn't it? It must have been that cheap internet you had put in. There you go. So you get all upset.
Whoop. Can't hear you.
Kenny's muted.
You're muted again.
There's Morton. Ian.
So now I can come back up. Kenny's got problems, so now I can go. I guess I'm just a standby guy. That's fine.
Klaus,
Yeah.
before I forget, tell us about this upcoming live stream you have going.
Yes, I have.
You may have already told everybody before I got here. I was an hour or something late. So.
No, I did not. I kind of tried to go low on that, John, but
Oh,
thank you.
That's
I have
fine.
a-
I was thinking about somebody else. My bad.
Oh, yeah. No, I do have a live coming up on the 13th of June to celebrate Hobby Motor reaching 10,000 subscribers. And
Congratulations.
thank you. And I put it out on videos that I'll do this. You guys are more than welcome to. I mean, it's not going to be a live like this. It's just going to be a YouTube live. So there's no.
So we're actually welcome over the other side of the border this time.
Absolutely.
Well, we won't be able to understand a word. But,
Just
No,
brush
we have
up,
to put our
brush up on your Danish, and you'll be fine, Nick.
Oh,
Danish
no,
is-
that ain't gonna work.
just say hi a bunch of times.
Yeah, to say
To be-
hi a bunch of times.
To be fine, Wayne. You'll be fine. Canadians half Danish anyway.
No, I'll be putting up a recipe on how to make potato pancakes.
Exactly. So yeah, I will be doing that. It's nice. I have a ton of giveaways for it, and that the sponsors has been sending me. So I'm kind of a little nervous about it. I've never done a live, and I really don't want to, but I feel I have to.
Would it help if I come up on panel just to soften the blow a little bit, just to sort of
It would help a ton, Mick. The only problem is it's going to be a YouTube live, so that it'll be one-way communication. You can be in the chat, making sure everybody's doing all right. That would be great.
That's not going to work for me.
So yeah, I have one of the other Danish YouTubers I hang out with come help me. So yeah, it's going to be nice. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, you'll be all
I
right.
like that'll be fun. Yeah.
So I just actually today this afternoon. I was trying to educate myself on how to set up a live, and for some reason YouTube doesn't make it easy for you. They think they're making it easy for you, but they're not. You can't test it unless you go live. So you know,
You don't jump in the water before you know how deep it is. Eh?
I know.
So are you saying that going live is not as easy as you think it is?
I have the most respect for people doing live, because that is that there's a lot of consideration that goes into that. I was prided myself. I want to.
Nick, just tell him to fly you to Denmark, and you'll set it up for him.
Yeah, I could, but the
apparently,
thing is,
apparently Morton's garage is going to hold me down a little. Apparently, I'm just going to put that man in timeout.
Yeah, Morton, you may need to gain a few pounds in order to do that, but that's fine.
Sorry, can't see Morton's comments for a minute.
Morton, you got to watch when you're dealing with the governor here.
I was actually, it was on the breakfast meeting the other day on WhatsApp, and I think the nice thing about Mick is that if you poke him, you will get a reaction. That's consistent.
All I did was used to say hey to him. He blocked or knocked me off the chat.
I mean, what Wayne would know. He lives in Canada, and Bruce knows. If you see a big bear, the last thing you want to do is poke it with a stick.
Yeah,
the last
don't
thing
be
you want to
poking the bear.
Yeah. You mess with the ball, you get
Probably
the
got
horn.
poked,
That's how it is. Yeah.
What was the thing you did, Klaus, on WhatsApp? You had a sound thing with translation, but there was nothing there.
I know. Apparently, my phone was rattling around in my pocket.
Oh.
So I don't know. I mean, I don't. The WhatsApp chat. I don't use it. I don't monitor it because I think there was at some point way too much crap in there, and I think there still is. So I just ignore it. Well, I don't monitor it. I don't watch it. I don't. That's how it is. But the phone was rattling around in my pocket, and for some reason, I saw that it recorded like 4 seconds of nothing.
Yeah.
So sorry about that, Hank. I'll try to do better.
I was trying to sleep, and
I'm so sorry, Hank. I really am.
Klaus, I see there's a new sorry, Scott Kellis has been timed out. I see that there's a I see that there's a new dubbing on YouTube now. Is that gonna help you with regards to language barriers?
Dubbing?
There's a new thing. I got an email the other day about they've got a new language dubbing coming out, which they're going to try. I decided to go with the.
It works flawlessly.
I don't know about the dubbing. How if it's automatic? I mean, that would be great, right? But I've seen that you can on foreign language videos you can ask for subtitles, and then you can change the auto subtitles. And then you can change the subtitles into your language. So I thought that would be the great. According to the statistics, nobody found out about it, or they can't read. But I think they haven't found out about it. Well, what about it, Kenny?
Can't hear you, Kenny.
No.
And you broke it.
Poor Kenny. He's got IT issues.
Go into your settings. What's up with that?
Well, try say something, Kenny.
No.
I think he froze.
He froze, yeah.
Maybe it'll work if you sing.
Wiggle your eyes if you can hear us.
Do a little.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work. So,
Nighthawk.
But you actually, all fun aside, Mick, you are right. There's a lot of considerations when you do live, and being a participant is a heck of a lot easier.
Just Klaus, doing what you do, just turning up drunk is easy. Anyone can do that, you know.
Yeah. But see, the thing is, my MO is that I start out sober and then I turn drunk.
Oh.
But it's yeah. But on a YouTube live, there most likely will be no alcohol, just to make sure we don't offend.
Good
anyone.
move. Good
I'm,
move.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I mean, your channel is not. Be careful my words. Your channel's quite reserved, Klaus. It's quite a professional channel. It's not like mine. Do you know what I mean? My channel is like off the hook. Say I just go as I go. So you don't tend to attract people like I attract. Do you know what I mean? Yours are a bit more high class than mine.
I think Mick, you should apply for a job as a diplomat, because that could have been interpreted in about a gazillion ways. No, it's a thing. On Hobby Motor, everybody's welcome, and like with all channels. But when it's here, even I know there's people watching. It is still off YouTube to some extent, and it's got alcohol in it. If anybody want to know, but
hey, I'm gonna kill it. We can talk in the gray, but I'm gonna.
Alrighty.
Okay, buddy.
Thanks, everybody. We will.
Thanks, Kenny. Everybody.
Everybody have a good week. You got
take
Pink
care. Have a good
Holiday.
one.
You got Memorial Day. Good luck, guys.
Yeah. Enjoyed it.
Start